Hey y'all, welcome back to the Basil and Dill YouTube channel. I am Anna and today I'm showing you how to make the best lasagna of your life. So let's get started. That was a very weird introduction. But we're starting off with 1.5 pounds of ground beef or ground pork. And I'm gonna put it, just kidding. First I'm gonna add a little bit of oil to a hot pan. Just a little drizzle, about 1/2 tablespoon. And then I'm gonna add in my ground meat. Very carefully. Woo! You wanna make sure that your pan is hot too. So I'm gonna flatten it out with my hand a little bit. You don't have to do this, you can keep your hand clean if you want. And then I'm gonna get a little spatula and just flatten out my meat some more and just start breaking it apart. So I can see that it's cooking a little bit on that bottom part that was touching the pan. And it's cooked if you have, instead of it being pink, it's a little bit more of like a light tan color. So I'm gonna flip it over and just start breaking up the cooked pieces. Okay, ladies and gents, more ASMR for you. Kidding, I won't do that to you because ASMR is so weird. Unless you like ASMR, I'm not trying to offend anyone. Okay, so I can see that a lot more of my meat is being cooked. This process is pretty quick, honestly. I have my heat turned all the way up on high and I'm just trying to get it cooked all the way through. We're gonna add flavor with our sauce and all of that. The only thing we need here is our meat, a little bit of oil, and then 3/4 teaspoons of salt. And I'm gonna add that about halfway through cooking. Perfect. Put that in there and mix it around really well. I wanna try to get that salt all over all of my meat. A really key part of the meat in lasagna is to make sure that your meat is in really small pieces, because if it's too big, then your lasagna layers are too thick and then they're just kind of funky. So get your spatula and really break up those pieces of meat. I do like half of the breaking up while it's cooking, and then the second half is towards like the end of it cooking, and that way I can really grind up into little pieces. So while this is cooking, I'm gonna take this out and then bring over some more of our ingredients. We got some pasta sheets and some bechamel sauce. And then I got my tomato sauce, my homemade tomato sauce. It looks real good. I'm very excited about that. Let's take a pause and break up some more of our meat. Okay, so I'm just mixing it around because I can tell that my center is pretty cooked, but the edges are still a little pink. And this is the point where my meat is mostly cooked, so I'm trying to break it up as much as humanly possible, so I can get a really smooth and consistent sauce. Wait, let's see how fast I can do this. Yeah, shake out my arm. Should I do some stretches? Okay, ready? Someone start a timer. I'm gonna try to cover the whole pan. Let's see, 12, go. No, I'm losing grip. It's okay, it's okay. Boom, 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 boom. Oh no! Almost done, almost done, almost done. Okay. Oh, that was pretty quick. Oh my gosh, my arm is tired. I forgot to shred the cheese. So my dad's helping me real quick. Sorry, my studio manager is shredding the cheese. Studio manager is more important. No, dad is very important. Daddy. If you know where that's from, I will be your best friend forever. Just saying. Name that movie. Let's start a new segment in the show. Name that movie. I'm gonna reenact it. Daddy-o. If you know what that is, you get a prize. I will personally fly down and give you a big ol' hug if I had the money for it, which I don't, so I'm sorry. You get a virtual high five. I'll send you a really fun gift from the movie. How about, oh, that sounds fun. If I said gift, I meant gift. My pork is looking really great. It's in really small little bits, so I think it's almost ready. I still see a few pink pieces, so I'm just gonna cook those until they're completely white, or like this tan-ish color. I'm gonna be honest, this looks pretty unappealing at the moment, but it's about to look really, really good, so no worries. Next, we have 8 ounces of mozzarella cheese, and now I just need my pan. Boom, here it is. If you're using canned or like in a jar, I would use like 128-ounce jar, and then just add your cooked meat into that, or add this into your cooked meat, whichever is easiest for you. Okie dokie, so my pork looks ready. I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna turn the heat off, and then I'll put it into my tomato sauce. Oh, it got really quiet. Just pouring that in, trying to get every last bit of my pork. Now I'm just gonna mix this up until all of my meat pieces are covered with that tomato sauce. This is very exciting. I've never made my own tomato sauce, so I figured I'd try for today's video. If you don't want to spend the extra time doing that, jar definitely works really, really great. So I'm gonna set this aside and then pull up my pan. First, we're gonna start off with a little bit of just some bechamel sauce on the bottom, not too much. I'm just gonna smooth it out. And this will work as just like a glue, so my pasta sheets stick on the bottom. I use like 10 to 14. It'll just depend on the size of your pan and how many layers you do. So I've cooked these for like 5 minutes in a big pot of water. It's really important when you're boiling them to get a really tall pot. It's gonna use up a lot of water. That's just unfortunate, but it makes the boiling process much easier, and that way your sheets won't stick together. I'm gonna grab this and then stick it in here. That looks good. I'm gonna grab a second one and then stick in here as well. And I see I have a little bit of extra space on this side, so I think I'm gonna cut a second piece in half, or a third piece in half. I got my scissors, and I'm gonna cut this in half as equally as possible. I don't know how equal it's gonna be, but it's fine. This is the weirdest way to cut pasta. You know what? Who cares? It's working. Whoa, that was so satisfying. I'm just gonna be honest. Wow, that was very cool. Okay, I'm gonna stick that in to that little opening. Press these all so it fits well. That looks wonderful. So we have a great first layer of pasta sheets. Now, I'm gonna grab my bechamel sauce, kind of mix it around, and then add a layer to my pasta. That's perfect. And then I'm gonna smooth this out as much as possible so it covers all of the pasta sheets. And make sure to pay attention to the edges. I feel like we always cover the middle really, really well, and then the edges are kind of dry. And then that makes it sad. We don't want a sad lasagna. We want one that's full of flavor and filling. So, that looks great. Next, I'm gonna grab my meat sauce, mix that around, and then I'm gonna grab a little spoon and put it on there. The goal is to make a really thin lasagna. All the really great restaurant lasagnas that I've had, they always have a bunch of really thin layers. So that's what we're trying to do here. I have a thin layer of pasta sheets, and then a thin layer of bechamel, and then this thin layer of meat sauce. And then we'll top it with a little bit of cheese, but just be careful. Don't add too much cheese at this point. I know you might want to, but that cheese will go onto the top. Now it's evenly covered with some cheese, but we're gonna repeat that. So I'm gonna grab my pasta sheet, in whatever order you put it in last time, try to do it the opposite way this time, if that makes sense. So I put 2 full sheets like this, and then the half sheet at the bottom. So this time I'm gonna do 2 full sheets from the bottom, and then the half sheet at the top. So it's kind of like alternating. So there's the first one, and I'll put the second one, just like that. And then let's get this last half and put it on like this. Perfect. So now I'm grabbing the bechamel and I'm going to repeat that whole process again. I'm gonna grab my meat sauce. Oh, I forgot to mention, for the bechamel sauce, it's a little bit of a unique sauce, so I made a whole video about it. And that is up on our channel. We'll link it down below so you can watch that and figure out the whole process, because that's a little bit complicated, but once you figure it out, it honestly is really simple and really easy to do. We have the meat on, and now we're gonna add some more cheese. Now let's get some more pasta. So once again, I'm alternating the layers that I'm doing. I make this look way harder than it actually is, honestly. I'm a lefty. Fresh scissors are hard. Every lefty knows that. I think the world is against lefties, to be honest. Just saying. Okay, that looks very good. Now let's add our bechamel. This lasagna is honestly maybe the perfect meal for big groups of people. So if someone comes over to your house, this lasagna is perfect. I've made it multiple times for family dinners and for when people come over, and it's amazing. Everyone loves it. It's honestly pretty easy to make because you can make it and then put into the oven and go get ready. Yeah, I just love it. It's also really fun for your kids if they want to help out in the kitchen. You can pull out all the stuff like this and then they can help you layer it. And yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I would help my mom. She would make lasagna and I would be like, oh, can I help layer it? And I'll help put on the cheese and put in the meat sauce and put on the pasta sheets. It's so fun. Honestly, I'm not 4 anymore, but I still really enjoy it, so. Okay, I'm gonna add some more cheese. Let's try to go for one more layer of pasta sheets. I'm running out of room in here, but that's okay. Now I'm gonna do a fat one on the top and on the bottom, and I'll do this cut in half in the middle. I think that's fun, right? Add some more bechamel. And if you have a bunch of excess space on the sides of your lasagna, you can definitely cut one of those in half and put it to the side. I just don't have enough space in mine. Let's add our last layer of meat sauce. Gotta make it thin because we're running out of room. That's okay. Now I'm gonna top it with my last bit of cheese. Perfect. Just like that. And then I'm going to cover this with a layer of tin foil and then stick it in the oven for 45 minutes at 375 degrees. When that's done, I will see y'all. Here is our beautiful lasagna. It looks amazing. I'm honestly so excited to sit down and have this for dinner. So, thank you so much for watching. If y'all enjoyed, let me know in the comments below. And if you try it out, let me know because I'm very interested to see how it goes. Yes, if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe if you want to, and I will see y'all guys next time. Bye. Before we go, idź сюда. Idź сюда. He has to say hi. Idź сюда. Dawaj. Hi. Okay, we'll see y'all next time. Bye.